Hello there. I want to show you guys a really cool little gadget that I got for my Neopixel saber. So just real quick distinction between a Neopixel lightsaber and a baselit. So Neopixel has this little connector pad, and then inside the saber we just have these little pins. So there's no light in here. If I turn this on, you'll hear the sound, but there's no light unless this is connected. With a baselit saber, you're going to see that light down in the middle there inside the hilt, and it will actually go with a hollow blade tube. So here's a hollow blade tube. You see there's just some diffusion film in there. There's actually a mirror at the bottom of the tip here just to kind of shine down some more light and make that full illumination. If I put this blade into this saber, nothing's going to happen unless I have a Tri-cree adapter. So normally I don't order from sellers that are not domestic here in the US, just because there's a lot of delays, and unfortunately I like the instant gratification of you order the thing and the thing comes within like three months to maybe, or 3 weeks to maybe a month tops. Was actually pleasantly surprised that that's about the time I ended up getting this, and I got this from the Pach Store. So this is a little Tri-cree adapter. See that it has the same little pin adapter to my other blade. See, so they have the same kind of little connection to the pin for the Neopixel. But what's really cool about this is that it has 3 little LEDs. So normally what you would do is the instructions on this, if you notice, this area is a little thinner than the area around here. So this is for a 1-inch inner diameter hilt, just like this one that I have here. And normally what you're supposed to do is the blade stock that the Pach Store sells, you can be able to just kind of slip that into the inside. Now this is a Crimson Dawn blade, so the thickness is a little thicker. So I'm actually not able to get this to slide in there unless I sanded down the interior of that. Not necessarily going to need to do that, because all I would really need to do is you just slip this bad boy in there. So it's just sitting there. And then I can put the blade down, just make sure that it's nice and snug, give it a tighten. Now when I turn this on, the light's going to come through the hollow blade. So that's really cool. You still miss out on things like, since the blaster deflect, for example, on the Neopixel is supposed to kind of lighten illuminate the pixels, the LEDs in the blade. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen here, because the way this adapter works is whatever LED is supposed, or whatever color the LED is supposed to be right here at the base of the Neopixel is what the entire blade becomes. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get things like blaster deflect or those other really cool effects. And let me show you, there's one particular blade style that really shows this difference. So I've got my rainbow flame effect. You can really see in my carapace here, it's just scrolling through all the different colors. And so there's purple here, blue, green, and it changes the color all up the blade. Now watch what happens when I use this same font, but I switch to the adapter. So it's still a rainbow, but rather than being a scrolling rainbow, it's just cycling through the colors really fast. So whatever the color was here when it was scrolling up, it just kind of does that through the entire blade. Or rather, the LED color here that goes up through the entire blade is what that color is going to be. Now, why would I want to do this? The Neopixel blade is clearly superior. It allows for a lot better effects and really cool stuff. It's a little bit brighter just because this is relying on just those 3 LEDs to illuminate the entire blade instead of the whole strip. Well, I don't really want to duel with a Neopixel blade because it's more expensive. I mean, this blade, we can fight, and if this blade bends or breaks, that's like 20 bucks. Neopixel blade, you're looking at 80 at minimum, probably about 100 or so. So that's really a cool advantage. The other cool thing that you can do with this is like specialty blades and blade plugs. So for example, I've got my flat acrylic blade here, and this is just the dark saber blade. And normally this would not be compatible at all with this saber, but because I've got that Tri-cree adapter, yeah, I can have that. Now let me also show you what it looks like with a blade plug. Of course, I always like showing off my custom Kyber crystal blade plug. A little emitter there with just a suspended, just bit of clear plastic. And again, normally if I didn't have that little adapter there, this would normally sit in there a little bit farther. So if I didn't have the adapter in there, you know, this would go, that's about the depth that I would prefer this to be in, and this would still protect the pins. So if I just wanted to take the blade out and suspend it, or and display it, that would look pretty good. But if I wanted to have a little bit more flash to it, I just go ahead and put in this adapter, put that on top. And then we've got a cool little adapter there. So the only downside to this is that even though it's Tri-cree, my initial expectation of this was that each of these diodes would be RGB color changing. So a lot of the RGB color tuning sabers that I have look like they just have one diode, but obviously you can change to any color. So I thought, oh, this is Tri-cree, it's going to actually have all the colors on all of the diodes. So if I set it to just blue, all three would be blue, and that's going to be a bright, rich blue. Fortunately, that's not the way that it's made. So you kind of see this top one has a bit of a red tint to it. That's the red one. One of these, the other one is blue, and the other one is green. So you get the three primary colors of light, one in each diode. So if you want to just have red, it's a bright, nice red, but it's not as bright as a Tri-cree actual LED. So that was the only disappointment to this. I also noticed that sometimes it gets a little hot. I'm not sure if it's actually resisted in here. I know a lot of blades are resisted blade side versus being actually resisted in the saber. So not really sure about that, but otherwise I still recommend this. It's pretty cool just to have that effect of being able to use flat acrylic blades, blade plugs, being able to duel with a less expensive, more expendable blade. So if you're going to get a Neopixel lightsaber, I highly recommend getting one of these, again, from the Pach Store. I think this was $35 plus shipping. So hope you guys enjoy. May the Force be with you.